Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Lena Michaels. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a guided meditation, but first I'm going to do a tarot and angel card reading for you. This is the meditation for December 1st, 2021. And it's a powerful day. It's the day of the magician. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some cards from the deck, and if the magician card doesn't come up, I'm going to get into the deck, pull it out, and show it to you, okay? But first I want to talk to you about something. I was talking to a friend last weekend, and she was telling me, she said, "You're so lucky that you could get direction and guidance." She says, "I can't." She says, "I can't tell what my gut is telling me, and I head trip all the time, pros and cons, and then I get paralyzed and I can't do anything." And you know, that's an interesting dilemma, and it is a common dilemma. One of the things, there are a couple of things you can do about that. First of all, she said that she doesn't really trust when she hears things and gets guidance because she doesn't really act on it. Well, if you don't act on it, let's put it this way. If you have a friend that calls you all the time, but you don't answer the phone, how much longer do you think that friend is going to be calling you? It's kind of like that. When your higher self talks to you and you kind of ignore it, your higher self is like, they're not really paying attention. Why should we continue to give them nudges and information? So you have to kind of follow up on it. So you have to follow up on it if it's from a true source. And you can tell if it's a positive suggestion that benefits everyone involved. If it benefits just you, it's kind of not really coming from the right place. It's got to benefit everyone in the situation. The next thing is ask for the guidance. Call upon the angels, call upon God, call upon Jesus, whoever you feel is the powerful one in your orientation, whether it's angels or whether it's universal energy or whatever. Ask that energy to give you suggestions and guidance. You ask for it, you've heard it, you ask and you shall receive. So ask for it, and then when you get those little flashes, follow up on them. The third thing is clear out the debris. So your head tripping your brain isn't so full of head tripping. And one of the best ways that I know of to clear out the debris is I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here, but listening to one of these meditations allows you to dump the junk. And that's someone that from my class, Lisa, if you're watching, she kind of said that a lot. And it's true, it allows you to dump the junk. It's like I told my friend on the phone when we talked last weekend. If you never take the trash out of your house, it stacks up and you can't get around and you can't see where you're going. Oh, excuse me. The releasing is starting already. So you can't see where you're going because there's junk everywhere. So if you have a way to get rid of that junk, you can think more clearly and you can get more suggestions and be able to follow up on them. So the procedure and the process that I use when I talk to you and when I do the guided meditation, it starts with the card readings. It actually starts with them. And that starts to prepare you to change your brainwave with. And then when you go into the guided meditation, it continues to change your brainwave with even more so that you go into a deeper state. By going into that state, you are dumping the junk. You're letting go of the clutter in your brain so that you can get those intuitive flashes, so that you can get that guidance. You can't get it when your brain is full of crap. And the crap is, should I do this? Should I do that? What about this? What about that? Well, maybe if I do this, this is going to happen. If I do that, that's going to happen. It's all those head trips. If you can get rid of the head trips, your guidance will be there. And if you follow your guidance, it will be there more. So hopefully that helps, because I know This is what happens when I start to release into this class, so I can start to pull down the information. This is what happens to a lot of you, is that you say that you can't really get the clear guidance, or you're not sure it's really guidance, or you're not sure it's clear. But practice makes perfect, and everybody can get the guidance. Everyone can. Some are just more experienced of dumping the junk and being clear enough to follow up on it. But it's a learned thing. Anybody can do it. Okay? All right. So let's pull a card and see what card comes up. I'm going to go from the regular tarot deck, and if I don't get the magician card, I'm going to go into the deck and find it for you. That's weird. I just saw rainbows in my tea. Interesting. Oh, nothing surprises me these days. Okay. All right, so we're going into this deck right here. And we're going to pull a bunch of cards. Well, we're not going to pull them. They're going to come. The cards are going to come. And so we're going to shuffle these cards, and this is a tarot deck, and we're going to be divinely protected by healing white light. Only beneficial information can come in. Only information that is helpful and can guide you can come in, and this information will be relevant whenever you watch or listen to this video, okay? I do suggest you start with the cards, because it's a process, and it's a process that I was guided to do for you once we stopped meeting in person. You know, we were meeting in person for a couple of years every week, and then COVID hit and that stopped. So everything is a little different these days. Although I did just start seeing people in my office last week for the first time in 20 months. Amazing, huh? And I'm also still doing telehealth on the phone. So, okay, so we are divinely protected with healing white light. And whenever you watch or listen to this video, the cards will have relevance and give you guidance in your own unique situation. Okay, I'm gonna cut the cards. Once, twice, 3 times. You know, we get the same cards over and over. It's just crazy. It's a big deck here. Yet the same cards come up. This one. We got this one last week. This is the Page of Pentacles. Very focused person there. Very focused young person. Focused on manifesting. That's what this person is doing. They are focusing on manifesting, but they're a younger person. They're like a teenage person. So they are optimistic and still with that childlike sense of wonder that magic can happen. There's plenty of space around the person, see? Plenty of space around them. So there's plenty of room to create. And he's wearing a green kind of like little toga. And that is, green is the heart chakra. So coming from the heart, focusing on manifestation and being grounded. See the red scarf on his head, the turban. So there you go. All right, I'm gonna pull one more. If we don't get the magician, I'm gonna dig it out for you, okay? Ignore any sounds here. I line everything up on a table so I can keep an eye on it when I do the guided meditation part. All right, one more cut and one more cut. All right, let's see what we have now. A little more clarification, verification, substantiation, validation. Oh, I can't believe it. This is the same one we got last week. The 8 of Wands. Okay, this is, the cards are driving it home. They're like, come on, this is important. Okay, this is a lot of ideas flying through the air, but they're spouted. See that? So they're ideas that are providing something. They're ideas that are providing a direction. All right, and they're actually moving, so they're flying in a direction. And once again, the wands are breath. Stay in touch with your breath. Breathe, watch your breathing, and get quiet and see what creative ideas come your way. Because they're coming. Look, they're flying through the air. They're coming right at you. And they're sprouted, which means they're growing. All right. Now, if I get another card, let's just see what it is. I'm just going to take the one from the top. Okay, we've had this one before too. This is the Nine of Wands, and this guy is standing guard. And I'm going to put my glasses on for this one. He looks a little concerned. He's standing guard, and these others are behind him. Look at his expression. He's nervous. He looks a little concerned, like, I'm holding on to mine. I'm holding on to mine. He's wearing red. He's stuck in the root chakra here. So, you know what? If you're afraid that somebody's going to get yours, your stuff, your ideas, whatever, just let it go. Don't be concerned about having to defend yourself, defend your ideas, or defend your creative pursuits. See, he's holding on to one of the wands, and they all are sprouting. Shall I go for another tarot card? I know I told you I was going to find a magician and show it to you. Okay. Oh. I'm going to cut the deck, and if it doesn't show up, I'm going to look for it. Cut it once. Okay. This is more rods, more wands. Boy, this is intense. This is the 10 of Wands, and this guy he's working his butt off. He's carrying all these creative ideas with a mission. He's going somewhere to plant them, and he's very committed to them. See how he's holding them around his arms? This is a 10. What's a 10? It's a 1 and a 0. What's a 1 and a 0? It's a 1. That's the day today. It's December 1st. It's a 1. 1 is a very, very powerful, powerful card. I'm going to find it for you right now. I'm going to find you the Magician card. The major arcana cards are very, very powerful. They hold a lot of punch. They carry a lot of energy. And when they show up in a reading, it's like, pay attention, okay? Now, we did not have a major arcana card. We had 1 pentacle and 3 wands, which is wands are the breath, wands are creative, wands are watching your word, being conscious of what you say. The first one, though, is a pentacle card, and that was the one about manifesting, focusing on manifesting. You know, if you think about what you want every day, and you think about it, and you imagine it, and you see, feel, hear, touch, and taste it. You spend a few minutes each day doing that. See it in your mind, hear it in your mind, touch it in your mind, feel it in your mind. Basically, you're hitting all the facets, using all of your senses, and that's how you create on the etheric planes. And then that information follows and begins to manifest on the physical plane. It happens first on the mental plane, okay? So you got to create it first on the mental plane. Some people do vision boards. I used to do a vision board every year. I might do another one this year, but I haven't done one in the last 2 years. A vision board can be very powerful because when you look at it years later, you might be stunned and surprised to see that you have accomplished what you put on the vision board. So you just never know. And it's probably going to be the last one in the deck, wouldn't you know that? The last one, the Magician card. There he is. Okay, so just about the last one. All right, so let me tell you about the Magician card. Since today is a one day, the number 1, December 1st, very powerful day. This is the day to create what you want. This is the day to focus on what you want and observe what you've already created. And know there's plenty of space to do more. See that? This is the day to 8. And 8 is 2 circles on top of each other. Be balanced as all this stuff comes at you. All these creative ideas. Don't be overwhelmed by all of them. Just get clear so that you can systematically address and follow up on them. More wands. There's plenty for everyone. You don't have to worry about defending yourself or protecting your turf or your territory. However, that does not mean allow your boundaries to be constantly violated. That means to use your gut feeling and see how you feel about a situation. And if you feel that it's danger and that person's trying to rip you off, they may. But this is about no need to be extra paranoid to try and protect your turf or protect your connections or protect your creative ideas, okay? So that was that one. Another one. Here we have this guy. This is a 10. 10 and 1 is a 0. 1 and a 0 is 1. This is somebody who is working very hard at collecting all of their creative ideas, going to plant them someplace away from everyone else. Okay? And this is a 10. 1 and 0 equals 1. And that's the day for today. And this is the Magician card. He's got all the tools that he needs on the table in front of him. Excuse me, I'm yawning again. This is the premeditation yawn, actually. It's what happens before I start doing this work. Okay, so here you see he's got the cups, the pentacles, the swords, and the wands. The wands are the breath and creativity. The swords are fire and words. The cups are emotions and water. I think I did them all. And the coin is physical plane manifestation and finances. See that? He's got a lemniscate over his head. One hand is up in the air with a wand, channeling in the energy, and the other hand is pointing it down, out and away from him. But he's grounded. He's got the coral robe, the red robe, so he is grounded. Very nice. All right, so we got this one. Gotta lay them out here. That. All right, I have another deck I'm going to choose from, and I don't know which one to use. I think I'm going to use this one because it's just the top box. So I'm going to use this one. These are archangels. They are entities, okay? These are entities you can call on when you are stuck with something. That's not silly, it's true and it's real. So if you are stuck with something and your creativity feels thwarted, just say, okay, I'm gonna close my eyes for a little while, meditate, maybe do a meditation of Dr. Elena's. I'm gonna get very clear, and what comes is going to be very interesting. So what comes is going to be very interesting to you, so see what happens. Okay, we're going to shuffle these for substantiation, validation, explanation. Okay. I like these cards because they're one word. Cut. Just once. Okay. Divine order. See that beautiful orange cape? Divine order. This is Archangel Raguel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. Very wise advice. Look past the illusion and seeing the underlying order, because guess what, people? The underlying is always in order. We're usually just too caught up in the surface appearance of things and the Maya to be able to see the patterns and see the experience. Oh, I put the book up here. I have to read to you from the book. Divine order. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. See? Beautiful. Love that color. Okay, this is Archangel Raguel. R-A-G-U-E-L. Raguel. Okay? And you call him when you need some order. You ask him for his assistance, and we're going to ask him for his assistance in this guided meditation as soon as I read to you about this. A win-win situation is brewing. That's cool. One with solutions that are fair to everyone involved. Remember I said at the beginning, I said, if you're asking for guidance and you're not getting it, you know, you have to clear yourself out a little bit, clear out the junk in your head. And the other thing too is if you, as I said to my friend when I talked to her on the phone the other day, if you don't have a clear direction, don't do anything. Wait till you have a clear direction. Don't just do something because you feel you should, or someone tells you you should. If your gut doesn't say it, and your gut is not giving you clear information and a clear direction, wait, and you'll get it. Just keep asking. You'll get it. It's like magic. It's like the Aladdin's lamp. Okay. This requires you to have blind faith that heaven is working behind the scenes to extract the highest good for all. Ask me to buoy your faith if it wavers and support your faith. Raguel. Ask Raguel. Use positive affirmations and prayers to keep your spirits high. Above all, make sure that your conversations about the situation involve positive and optimistic words and phrases. You're so powerful that your positive thoughts can speed the resolution along even quicker. We talked about this before too. So many times people say what they don't want. I don't want to be upset. I don't want to be nervous. I don't want to be irritated by my son or my daughter or my mother-in-law or my neighbor or my coworker or my boss. I don't want to be XYZ. All your primitive brain hears is the XYZ and then acts on it. So you have to frame your words positively. So, I am is a magic wand. I am. That, by the way, the magician has a magic wand in his hand. See that? It's in his left hand, and he's channeling through the magic wand through his right hand, where he's directing the energy to the earthly plane. Wait for the clarity. It will come. Keep asking for it. See if there's anything else in here. My throat is a little froggy tonight, I noticed. Okay. Working with Archangel Raguel. Raguel has beautiful pale blue energy, like the sky on a perfect spring morning. He's an archangel who guides people to act in fair and just ways. And Raguel also gives us faith in humanity's essential goodness. Wearing or holding an aquamarine crystal will align you with Raguel's kind and wise persona. Boy, aquamarine crystals are so beautiful and so expensive, actually. But they are beautiful, and that color is one of my favorites. Excuse me. One of my absolute favorites. That clear, light blue with a tint of green. So beautiful. The other thing too is if you can't come to the right decision, you don't follow your guidance, because you don't feel like you're getting your guidance, you need to spend time alone. Spend time alone. That helps clear things out too. Well, we have a lot of cards here. I almost kind of feel like I should pull one more. Okay, I'm going to pull from this deck right here, just because it's on top. Healing with the Angels. Okay, this is a older deck. I think this was one of the first angel deck cards I got. And oh, my glasses. Oh my God, 1999. Yeah, this is one of the first decks I got. 1999, this deck was published. All righty, here we go. One word, sum it all up. Give us some guidance here. One word, and send us on our way into the guided meditation, going deep, deep, deep. And here we go. Cut the cards. Listening. That's what we were talking about. You can't make this stuff up. It's all connected. We were talking about listening to your higher power, and if you don't have an answer, listen again. Keep calling and asking for guidance, and then listen. Okay? Listening. See, she's listening to an angel. I'm going to read you listening. My eyes are watering. I'm starting to download information. Okay. I need to cross my legs here. Listening. The card meaning is you are in communication with your angels, and the messages that you are receiving are very real indeed. Trust them. Like I said, this card is validation from your angels that you really are hearing them. You have been receiving repetitive messages through your feelings, your dreams, your visions, your inner voice, or your knowingness. Are you listening? And are you trusting these messages? Are you following them? If you get an inclination to call someone, go somewhere, or read something, it's important to follow this guidance. That is what I said at the beginning. I said if you get information and you don't follow up on it because you don't trust it, it's kind of like your friend's going to stop calling you because you don't pay attention, you don't pick up the phone anyway. Get my drift? If you get an inclination to call someone, go somewhere, or read something, it's important to follow this guidance. By drawing this card, your angels ask you to give all your doubts or worries about divine guidance to them. Know that you truly are communicating with heaven and enjoy the conversations. I don't think I have anything to say after that. That's pretty clear. That's pretty clear. Yes, it is. You know, if you spend time, I said spend time, and so you can get the guidance. If you spend time and you still don't have the guidance, you benefited because there was some adjustment that needs to be done and it needed to be done in your brain function that allowed it to happen when you were quiet for that period of time, when you gave present, when you gave your energy to the present, and when you listened. And sometimes listening means doing nothing. I'm listening right now. All right, we're going to start the guided meditation in just a moment. Sorry, I was going deep there for a moment. Sometimes I go deep during these things. I have to remind myself that the camera's on and that I'm leading something here, that I'm facilitating something, not leading, but facilitating something. But sometimes I go so deep that I'm just like tranced out. That happened for a second there. All right. Just looking at the clock so I could start an even number. And now we're ready for a guided meditation. Make yourselves comfortable. I suggest you lie down. Allow your back to be straight. You don't have to be sitting up though. Lie down with your back straight. Support your neck. Blow the air out, making a sound. This music is really good. Okay. I'm going to count from 5 down to 0, and each count allows you to relax even more. Starting on the count of 5, your scalp muscles relax and your forehead relaxes. Your jaw relaxes. Moving from 5 down to 4 with each breath, being aware of relaxing even more. in the silent spaces that you hear on this audio. Allow your mind to relax even more. The face relaxes, the neck relaxes, the shoulders relax and let go. The torso relaxes and lets go. Moving now from 3 down to 2. Coming down to 2 now, and moving down to 1. I am going really deep here, so I'm going to do my best to stay focused because the camera's on me. In a moment, I'm going to go from 1 down to 0. Allow yourself to use the tones to project your consciousness even deeper. Ready now. The 0 stands for the pineal gland right here. Imagine a hole in the center of your forehead. That's it. Drifting deeper from 1 down to 0. And letting go even more. And letting go one more time. And drifting deeper. With each and every sound that you hear, that you recognize as every normal sounds, you allow yourself to go deeper and deeper. With each and every breath that you take, you allow yourself to go deeper and deeper. Your intention is to have a clean space to live and work in. drifting and floating, the mind becoming very, very receptive. You've been focusing on manifesting lately. It's important for you to see what it is that you're asking for. See what it is. See it in your mind. Don't just say it. See it in your mind. Your breath calms you, gives you sustenance, and gives you creative ideas. If you're not in your breath, you can't get them. Trust and know there's enough for everyone. You don't have to be paranoid and hide your ideas. There's plenty for everyone. Take a deep breath and let out all the stress and energy of the day. Gather up your creative ideas. It's time for you to take the ideas, plant them. Everything is happening in divine order. Everything is happening in divine order. There's no need to get frustrated or impatient. Everything happens in divine order. You are a magician. Remember that you are a magician. Remember to listen. Listen to the hunches you get. If you doubt yourself, remember, there are things you have accomplished. Think about those things. Use your breath. Stay in your breath. Spend adequate quiet time so you can get the messages that are being given to you. Ask for help from the angelic realms. Ask for Raquiel. Your creations are your own. No need to guard them, repurpose them, or anything like that. Get your mental house in divine order. Eliminate toxic people, environments, situations. Remember to listen. Listen so you hear the subtle, small voice that becomes louder the more you listen to it. It's been my pleasure to spend this time with you. This guided meditation was one with a lot of silent spaces in it. A lot of time for you to take your own space and integrate what needs to be done. I thank you all for joining me tonight. I wish you many, many blessings. And until we meet again, isolate the light in you, but the light in me. Namaste.